and direct. Okay, so on the YouTube, can you hear me live and direct? You can hear me loud and clear. Please let me know in the chat room if direct. Okay, so on the YouTube, can you hear me live and direct? You can hear me loud and clear. Please let me know in the chat room direct. Okay, so on the YouTube. Okay, so we've gotten the volume. I think my head space is too much. So work on the camera. Okay, so welcome everybody to the Self-Discovery Masterclass. I can't wait to share what I have with you. Okay, so if you can hear me loud and clear, this is just for clarity to make sure that those on YouTube can see me clearly and those on WhatsApp group can also hear me loudly. Okay, so I have comments coming in the YouTube group, and I have comments coming in on the WhatsApp group. Welcome everybody. It's time. Let's do this. So number one thing I'd like us to talk about is this. What does self-discovery do? This, let me know, share with me, what does self-discovery mean to you? I'll be reading the comments both on WhatsApp and also on YouTube. What does self-discovery mean to you? I want to hear from everybody. What do you understand by self-discovery? All right. Please, for those in the WhatsApp group, please do not use voice notes. Since my method, okay. For those in the WhatsApp group, please do not use voice notes, since my method of delivery on the WhatsApp group is voice notes, so that nobody mistakenly clicks on what you have to say and then it's not part of the class. So let all the voice notes on this particular WhatsApp group be part of the class. Okay, so do not respond with a voice note. So back to my question, what does self-discovery mean to you? I'd like everyone to comment. Just tell me, what do you think? There are really no wrong or right answers. There are really no wrong or right answers. Okay. So on the WhatsApp group, I have a comment from Pastor Kelly. He said, self-discovery, in my own opinion, is a path or process of discovering who I am, who I was meant to be, my vision in life, and the legacy I am meant to keep for the generations to come. That's a beautiful answer. That's a beautiful answer. Please keep your answers coming. Oh, this is a very beautiful answer. Keep your answers coming. Keep your answers coming. What does self-discovery mean to you? What do you understand by self-discovery? Those who like to respond on the YouTube, I just want to hear from you before we start off the class, okay? What do you understand by self-discovery? Okay. All right, so welcome to class. I see all your comments. I may not be able to mention everybody's name, but I see all your comments rolling in, and I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. Let's do this together. So share with me. Remember, no voice notes. So just type. Let me know what self-discovery means to you before we begin. Just one more, and then we start off. One more. I'm just waiting for one more opinion on what self-discovery means. What you understand by self-discovery. I see so many people typing. So I am sure that just one comment is enough for us to move forward on this, because time is certainly not our friend. Right, so another comment from Kanyang Choji, Sister Kanyang, welcome. It says self-discovery is finding who you are. Sister Kanyang, thank you for your lovely comment. I hope you can hear me. She said self-discovery is finding who you are. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful comment. All right, I have another comment from Sister Mitchell. She said self-discovery is understanding your capabilities and purpose or assignment, and that's really beautiful. Okay, we have another comment from Sister Gozi. She said self-discovery means what you came across with, what you have encountered, the things you come across personally, or the things that you found out by yourself. All right, so all those comments are fine, but let's delve into the real matter. By way of introduction, I'd like to tell you, especially for everybody who is watching, that self-discovery, like you watched in the video earlier before we started, you need to know that self-discovery is not an invention, okay? It is a discovery. So for you to be able to discover yourself, it's not an invention. Not something to say, okay, I will invent this about myself and then become who I am not meant to be. No, it is not just an invention. You want to know that self-discovery is just about what you discover. It's not just about an invention. So you're not inventing who you are. You're not trying to manufacture somebody who you are not. You are here to unfold, to discover, to find out the original intent of God for your life. So I'd like to also tell you very importantly that the Bible tells us very, very clearly that your gift will make a way. Your gift will make a way. It will make room for you. Your gift will make a room for you. It is not your education that will make a room for you. You know, many times people will just go read in school and gather several certificates and assume that by reason of so much certificates you've gathered that you'll be able to have a room, have a space in life. But that's not really how it works. You have to know that self-discovery is about discovering what God gave you. There is something that is unique that God gave you before you came here on earth. There is something that is very unique to you. God gave it to you before you came here on earth, and that is why you have to discover who are you on the inside? Who are you actually? Who are you? What were you born to do here on earth? So your gift will make a room for you. It's not your education that will make a room for you. It is your gift that will make a room for you. In fact, if you want to be successful, my Smuro said, he said, if you want to be successful, never seek success. Never seek success, but seek to be a person of value. If you really want to be successful, never seek success. Don't say, oh, I want to be famous. Oh, I want to have everything. Oh, I want to be powerful. Oh, I want everyone to respect me. See, leave the pursuit for fame, leave the pursuit for all of those things and focus on giving value. But how will you give value if you do not know who you truly are? So this is something that we need to fix. So press record on the camera so we can have on the camera. Okay. So how can you be successful? How can you be truly successful if you do not even know who you are and what you are meant to do here on earth? So that's the essence of this masterclass. Okay, so we're trying to say what is self-discovery? Why do we need self-discovery? Why do we have to go on this journey? Why is it even important? These are things I'll be sharing with you so that you get to understand the need for self-discovery. It was Miles Monroe who said that you should never seek success. Even if you want to be successful, you should seek to be a person of value. Can I tell everyone something? I'd like you to repeat it by typing it in the comment section if you heard me loud and clear. God will not showcase you until you are refined. Let me say this again. God will not showcase you until you are refined. So don't stay there and be saying, oh, I just need God to showcase me to my world. Oh, I just need to be a person of impact. Oh, I need everybody to just know what it is I'm doing. God will not showcase you until you become refined. If you heard me loud and clear, type it in the comment section, because this is something you need to keep remembering. The real topic, I'm going to look at what is self-discovery. I have asked you what you understand by self-discovery. Now I want to tell you what is self-discovery. So my number 2 slide is what is self-discovery. So I'm taking these pauses because I need to carry those on the WhatsApp group. So these pauses are necessary so that they can be part of what we're doing in case they don't come on YouTube. But I see all your comments on YouTube. Well done, well done, well done, and thank you for joining. Okay, so let's talk about what is self-discovery. Let us talk about what is self-discovery. Now, if we want to draw from the field of philosophy, psychologists have pointed that the illumination of our true self is the major goal of self-discovery. Let me say this again. The illumination of our true self is the ultimate goal of self-discovery. What it means is that we cannot say we have discovered ourselves until our true self is being revealed. So this is very, very key that we understand that self-discovery is the illumination of our true self. So please do not be misled or confused about the fact that self-discovery is not you manufacturing who you want to be. Self-discovery is not you trying to look like somebody you like. Self-discovery is not you trying to imitate someone else. Self-discovery is not you trying to become like people that you regard or respect. No, that is not self-discovery. Self-discovery is the illumination of your true self. So there is a reason why you were born. There is a reason why you were created. Now, unfortunately, many of us have discovered what it is that we are good at. Now, what you are good at may not necessarily be the real purpose for your existence, may not be the discovery of your true self, which means that maybe you are sewing clothes now. It may be your true calling. It may also be a job that you have at the moment to be able to feed yourself. So you have to find out if you truly are called to make clothes or if you are making clothes as a job. So there's a difference between these two, and this is something that you have to illuminate for yourself. All right, this is something that you have to discover for yourself. Now, your true self can be defined as the central inner force common to all human beings and yet unique to each, which is the deep source of growth. And this one is free, is healthy, is a healthy development in accordance with the potentials of your generic and individual nature. Please don't bother yourself with the long grammar. This is according to philosophy. If philosophy, the psychologists are trying to explain to you who your true inner self is. But we have to understand that self-discovery is the process. Many people think that self-discovery is just a one-time thing. No, it is not just something that happens all at once. It is something that happens gradually over time. It is something that you start, a journey you start. And just like every journey, you start from a particular point and then you begin to walk your way towards the finish line. Now, you have to find out for yourself that if you do not discover who you truly are, you will have a lot of issues with self-actualization. You have a lot of issues with being able to satisfy the inner yearnings of your soul, of your person. According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, he categorized. There are the basic needs, and then the safety needs, and then the feelings, needs for belongingness, and then there is also the needs for self-actualization. As a matter of fact, in the Maslow's hierarchy, self-actualization is the topmost need that a person would want to satisfy or fulfill in life. As a matter of fact, if you get to that point where you can say, I am not working for money, I am working because I have pleasure in doing what I am doing, only then can you say that you have been able to experience what we call self-actualization. When you do what you are doing, not for the money, not to eat, not to make ends meet, but because it is something that is from your inside, something that you crave for, something that you get deeper satisfaction from doing. Let me tell you a little about myself. I am someone, over time, I have journeyed through different phases in life. So make no mistake about it. It is okay for you to be confused about your life at a certain point. It is okay for you to dabble into many things and think that you are making a mistake or you're wasting your life. It is okay. Because the truth of the matter is this: none of us came to this life with a manual. If you heard me, just type it in the comment section. Truly, none of us came to this earth with a manual. And because we didn't come to the earth with a manual, it means that it tells us that there'll be times when we'll make certain mistakes. There'll be times when we'll dabble into things that we do not really have potential to actually sustain. There'll be times we'll dabble into things because that's the crave of the moment, that's the rave of the moment, that's what others are doing. But that is not the ultimate, because the ultimate is in you truly discovering yourself and then doing that thing that gives you the innermost satisfaction and fulfills the purpose for your existence here on earth. And that's why I'm sharing with you this class. The self-discovery is a process of learning more about who you are. So if you're looking for a definition, this would be one for you. Already we have wonderful definitions from people in this class, and that's truly amazing. That's truly amazing. Self-discovery is the process of learning more about who you are so that you can better recognize and understand your authentic self. You might already know who you are at your core. You might already know what your core values are and what you're like. Around managing your emotions, controlling your emotions, and being able to tune into the emotions of people. Now, self-discovery will help you. Self-discovery will help you to understand and regulate your own emotions. Self-discovery will help you to be able to control your personal traits and utilize utilize your relationship with people by having the best of behaviors. self-discovery will give you great. You will know how to react, you will know how to behave, you will know what to do and what not to do. This is what self-discovery will do to you. It will give you the ability to set better goals for yourself. It will give you the potential to achieve personal growth. So self-discovery is important because it allows you to look at your life and determine for yourself what is missing. So I have a question for you. So I have a question for you. And that question is, are you satisfied with your life? Are you satisfied with your career? Do you want to change your lifestyle? How is your health? How is your wellness? What about your mental wellness? You know, there are people that they look whole, they look fine, they look handsome, but they are not mentally whole. You see, after identifying what is missing, you need to take steps in being able to fill in the missing gap, and that is why you are here. And I want to congratulate every one of you for taking the time to be in this masterclass. See, knowing yourself also means that you can be more mindful about setting the goals that are truly important for you, that are truly right for you. You won't need to rely on extrinsic motivation to move towards goals that reflect your personal values. As a result, you'll be more likely to achieve them. You'll be more likely to achieve your goals. You'll be more likely to achieve your dreams. So let's establish this. Self-discovery is an ongoing process. It does not end though. Let me say it again. Self-discovery is an ongoing process. It does not really end. So you won't say, oh, we're about to achieve our self-discovery right now. We're about to achieve it by tomorrow. I've already mastered myself. It is a process. So which means that sometimes you make mistake about who you think you are. Eventually you realize who you think you are. Most of us who seem to be doing well, who seem to have achieved the things that we are achieving now, people look at us like we got it all worked out from the very beginning. Sometimes we didn't really know what we are supposed to do, but eventually as time went by, we were able to figure out what it is that we're supposed to do. So listen to me, you won't find your sense of self, you won't find out who you are by scrolling on admire. That is not how you'll be able to discover yourself. All right, I'm also trying to carry most people along in the masterclass. So let me just check on a few things that I'm getting here. All right. Okay. Okay, so all right, so I'm taking these breaks, but these breaks, you won't believe some people are still paying for this masterclass right now, like now. So I don't know how we're going to do it, because if it was a Telegram group, they would easily catch up. Well, because it's a WhatsApp, it will be difficult for them to catch up. The Lord will grant us wisdom to know how to solve this problem. All right. We had a long time, a very long time to register for the masterclass, and some people didn't really show up on time, but we'll work it out. So let me establish again that self-discovery is an ongoing process, and it's not something you find by just looking at other people's lives, scrolling on social media, or even buying new clothes for yourself or clothes that you admire in people. Your journey of self-discovery will test your resilience. Let me say it again. The journey of self-discovery will test your resilience. It will test your strength. There will be days that you don't feel like doing anything because you are tired, because you don't feel appreciated, because you don't feel like people care. You don't feel like they're interested. You don't feel like they want to appreciate what God has placed inside of you. But listen to me. When you are exhausted, show up. When you are tired, show up. When people are not celebrating you, show up. When people are not clapping for you, if you know that this is truly who you are and what you were born to do, keep showing up. Keep showing up. Keep showing up. I can't overemphasize this. Keep showing up. There are days that I'm shooting my programs, I'm trying to talk to somebody online, I'm trying to prepare programs that will benefit people's life, and nobody shows up. In fact, I have had situations where I produced a video, I sat down, shot a video, and I was the only one who eventually watched the video. It has happened several times. But what do? Keep showing up. One day it will all make sense. Oh, I guarantee you, one day this thing you are doing will make sense. One day, your generation will celebrate you because you have sat down to discover who you are. So let me tell you, the truth of the matter is that this journey of self-discovery will test your resilience. It will test your strength. See, that is why you have to make up your mind that no matter what happens, you have to keep pushing, because self-discovery, it will be meaningful, but it will give you a very excellent opportunity for you to grow and be better. All right, so I'm trying to get feedback. I'm trying to get feedback, okay? I'm trying to get feedback from some who are just joining the class now. Okay. All right, so I'm adding somebody to the class right now. That's fine. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, all right, let's continue. So the next thing I'd like us to talk about now will be what drives a self-discovery journey. What drives a self-discovery journey? Let me put up my let's talk about what drives a self-discovery journey. So let me establish this, that your self-discovery journey doesn't require you to reinvent yourself unless you want to. All right, you can simply desire to understand yourself better. Okay, so you might just want to be more in control of your life. You may have felt a sense of urgency because you've reached a particular milestone age. All right, so you feel that I'm 20 already, I'm 30 already, I'm 35 already, I'm 40. What am I really doing with my life? So these are things that can propel you to, that will compel you to begin to ask yourself, I want to discover who I truly am. All right, some others might just be that they just want to have a grip, they want to play. So there are several things that drives this self-discovery. So let me ask you in this class, what do you think made you to register for this class? Did you register for this masterclass because everybody was registering? Did you register for this masterclass because you felt it is time? It's about time I did something with my life. Did you register for this masterclass because you feel, well, I need to, what I've been doing is no longer working, I need to reinvent it? So why did you register for this masterclass? I'd like to have your answers. And please don't bother about my comment on your answers. I will go back later and I'll respond to everything that you're saying. So, but for the sake of this class, so that this class ends at a record time, I would jump most of them. All right, so there are other reasons why people will need to get on this self-discovery journey. It could be that you want to just accomplish your goals. It could also be that you don't even need to prove anything to anyone else. You just want to be a better version of yourself. So when you show yourself that you can achieve your goals, see what's going to happen. Your self-esteem and your self-confidence will grow. And there'll be increased awareness, self-awareness, that can help you to identify potential obstacles to your goals. In fact, the self-discovery journey will also give you a better understanding of yourself, and it will drive you to have healthier relationships with people. As a matter of fact, if by the time you have discovered who you truly are, you will discover that there will be greater self-awareness and there will be greater self-regulation. All right, so it helps you to also communicate better with your friends, your family members, your co-workers, and then you'll be able to give sensible advice. All right, you'll be able to give honest opinions, you'll be able to regulate your emotions, and you'll be able to have very healthy relationships. So what are we saying in essence? There are several reasons why people want to develop themselves. So what are yours? Share with me. What is your reason for wanting to develop yourself? I like to know. Okay, so it's possible that everything, okay. All right, so it's possible that everything I've been saying here has been sounding like Latin to you. Let me put self-discovery in a nutshell. All right, so in a nutshell, that's my next slide. In a nutshell, the process of self-development, requires that we identify 4 things. Have you changed the slide on YouTube? Okay, it's catching up. All right, so self-discovery requires that we identify 4 things. Number 1 thing that we have to identify is personal potentials. If you can hear me, say it with me. We type, not with voice notes. Personal potentials. You have to identify, what do I have? What gifts have I been given? What can I do so easily? What can I do without stress? What can I do if nobody pays me? These are the ways through which you discover your personal potentials. Secondly, you have to discover your purpose for living. Why are you here on earth? What purpose have you been given by God? What is the reason for your existence? Number 3, passion. Passion, your ability to do whatever it takes to achieve your dreams, your vision, your purpose in life. And number 4 and the last, opportunities. Opportunities to act with passion upon these potentials and your purpose for living. So what I just did in number 4 is that I grabbed everything together. So if I'm to say, self-discovery is a process that helps you identify opportunities to act with passion upon those potentials, upon your potentials and your purpose for living. Let me say this again, and I hope somebody is able to capture it by typing it out very clearly. Self-discovery is your ability to identify the opportunities to act with passion upon your potentials and your purpose for living. So what I'm saying in essence is that if you're able to identify these 4 things, potentials, purpose, passion, opportunities, then you have discovered yourself. Ask yourself, what are my potentials? Ask yourself, what passion do I have? What's my purpose for living? Number 3, ask yourself, what passion do I have? What do I have passion for? And then number 4, what opportunities are available unto me? If you're able to answer these questions, then you'll be very much able to identify yourself. You'll be able to identify yourself, who you truly are meant to be. Okay. All right, so I hope everybody got that. Potentials, purpose, passion, opportunities. Potentials, purpose, passion, opportunities. So in order to discover yourself, what are your potentials? Potentials are things that you're able to do. What is your purpose? Purpose is your reason for living. Passion. What do you love to do? What can you do if you are not paid? And opportunities. What opportunities are available for you? Because if you are a dream interpreter like Joseph, and you're not in a place where people dream, it's useless. You cannot fulfill or discover yourself. That was why Joseph could not ultimately discover himself until he was in the right environment. Share this with you. If you truly want to be significant, then you must be a person of value. If you truly want to be a person of value, then you must have something that is rare. If you really want to have something that is rare, if you really want to be rare, then you must have a gift that is scarce. Not something that everyone has. Scarce commodities are usually the most expensive ones. Now, if you really want to be somebody who has a scarce gift, then be highly competent. Let me take this again for those who could not capture it. If you really want to be a significant person, if you really want to be significant in life, then be a person of value. If you want to be a person of value, then be rare. If you want to be rare, then have a scarce gift. If you want to have a scarce gift, then be highly competent. For the last time, because of those who are catching up on YouTube, if you want to be significant in life, then be a person of value. If you want to be a person of value, then be rare. If you want to be rare, then have a scarce gift. And if you want to have a scarce gift, be highly competent. That way, you'll be able to be very, very significant. Now, listen to me very carefully. When we talk about opportunities to act with passion, that opportunities will not just come to you where you are lying down. Opportunities will not just come and begin to knock on your door. Sometimes opportunities look like work. Sometimes opportunities look like sheep, like pain, like somebody being insensitive to your needs. That might be an opportunity. You see, that boss you think is stressing you out is giving you an opportunity to be a better version of yourself. So if you think you have a gift and you don't have opportunity yet, don't start saying, people come and pay for my gift. Oh, I need to be paid. Now I know how to do this. Let me take, for instance, you because you could add 2 colors on top of a picture slide. You say, wow, I am now a graphic designer. Wow, this is powerful. In fact, I'm looking for who will come and pay for my gift. Listen to me. Nobody will pay for your gift first until you specialize. Let me say this again. Nobody will pay for your gift first until you specialize. Remember at the beginning of this class, I told you that God will not showcase you until you are refined. So don't forget that. God will not showcase you until you are refined. So don't start seeking for people to pay you. Seek for opportunities to refine your gift. You want your gift to be refined. So seek for those kind of opportunities first. If you're a church-going person and then you think you have some gifts, look for opportunities in church where you can use that gift freely. Where people won't have to laugh at you. So that by the time you keep doing it, you keep refining yourself, you keep getting better, one day kings and queens will come for you, but you would remember that you started with a very humble beginning. There are people who have worked with us in ministry who are in big places now, but they all started like it was nothing. They started by playing, toying with pictures, toying with colors, toying with videos, but eventually today they are doing great things simply because they did not give up on the opportunity to do something great. Now, let me share this with you. If you're in this class and then you feel like you have multiple gifts and you are confused, oh, I have so many gifts, which one do I do? Because I entered the self-discovery masterclass so that I would know what to do. How will I start? What will I do? How will I go about it? Just choose one of the gifts that you are most passionate about, and every other gift that you have will align to it. Because there are people who are multi-potentialites like us. They have so many things. They are multi-hyphenates. So they have so many gifts. They have so many abilities. Listen to me. Choose the one you are most passionate about, and then every other gift will align. If you ask me one thing that does not allow me to sleep at night, one thing that keeps me burning, one thing that keeps me awake is that I want to impart my generation. That desire to impart my generation is what makes me burn. It's what makes me keep awake at night. It's what makes me walk while others are sleeping. That is what makes me to be uncomfortable with just relaxing and doing nothing, because I have this strong desire to impart my generation, and then every other thing I'm doing falls under it. So if you are multi-hyphenate, if you have so many potential, so many gifts, figure out which of these ones can I do without being paid. Which of these things can I do without even looking for motivation? Yes. Which of these things can I do without somebody encouraging me? Figure that out, and when you figure that out, invest most of your energy in it, and every other gift will be able to align. And this is very, very important, and something you have to hold on to. All right, let's talk about another thing. The next one, we won't talk about the consequences of failing to identify. All right, so I'm trying to get the slide so I can share the consequences of failing. All right, so my slide is up. The consequences of failing to identify our true selves. According to Honey in 1950, he said that when a person experiences a large discrepancy between their lived and real lives, they are likely to experience a sense of alienation from themselves. Wow, incredibly deep. Honey said that when a person experiences a large discrepancy, a large difference between their lived and real lives, they are likely to experience a sense of alienation from themselves. This remains true even if the person is successful in the activities and receives external rewards. Assuming that you were truly meant to be a musician, for example, but then your parents probably forced you to go and read medicine. You might be practicing medicine. You might even be an excellent doctor. You might even have several awards being a medical doctor. But if you are not doing that thing that is your real self, that music that is real to you, you will find yourself as feeling like you are a stranger living in your body. And that's what Honey was trying to say. That when a person experiences a lived and real lives, they are likely to experience a sense of alienation from themselves. So such a person begins to wonder, who am I? What am I really doing? Why am I really here at this time? And as a consequence of this situation, what happens is feelings of guilt. What happens is loss of dissatisfaction, because the person was not able to live up to the ideals of their real self. Now, besides this emotional toll that not identifying your true self will have on you, it is also important that you will lose your joy. You will lose that innate satisfaction. So it's not just about your emotions. It's not just about feeling alienated with yourself. You will not be happy. You will not truly be comfortable. Like there are many of us who were studying courses that we did not want to study, because probably life gave it to us. Situations made us study those courses. And someone like me, I studied parasitology and entomology for 4 years in the university. And I did that because that was what the school gave me. I wanted medicine, but the school gave me parasitology and entomology. And medicine was something I was passionate about at a particular point in my life, because I really wanted to change lives. I didn't want to do them in a laboratory, right? I wanted to meet with people one-on-one, because I love to meet people. I love to interact with them. I love to be able to influence them one way or the other. I would love to be able to release some kind of impact in their life. So parasitology and entomology didn't give me that. And after reading it for 4 years in the university, I had to sit back and pursue what was really me. So I didn't want to just have a lived life. I want to have a real life. I want to be sure that there is an alignment between my true self and what I am doing. Because when we cannot live in alignment with our true selves, we attempting to deny and distort our experiences to make sense of a pervasive lack of happiness and personal fulfillment. And this ongoing effort can go very, very far to produce psychological states and conditions like depression, because you're not happy, because you feel like you're doing what you were not born to do, because you feel like you're doing what was forced on you. This is why self-discovery is so important. This is why self-discovery is so important. All right? So next, let's talk about the 4 stages of the self-discovery process. Now, let's talk about the 4 stages of the self-discovery process. Now, there are basically 4 stages in self-discovery. Remember, we said at the beginning that self-discovery is an ongoing process, which means that you are not going to discover yourself just this night. There's something to discover about yourself next week. There's something to discover about yourself next year. There is something to discover about yourself 2 years coming. There's something to discover about yourself in the next decade. All right? So self-discovery is an ongoing process, and it doesn't always feel the same. So you grow, you will change, you will discover more things about yourself. In fact, sometimes your starting point will most likely not even feel like your finish line. So as you move through the process, you will discover that you may experience different stages. All right? And now, throughout each of the stages, remember to take care of yourself. One thing that we mistake, one error we do, is that when we're at one stage of discovering ourselves, we give everything and lose ourselves. So remember to take good care of yourself. Remember to love yourself, even if you're at the beginning stage, even if you're at the middle stage, even if you are close to the end stage. Remember to love yourself at every stage. All right? I'll be sharing with you the 4 stages of the self-discovery process. Now, if you get it, if you listen to this voice note, do well to type the 4 stages for me, so that I'm sure you heard me loud and clear. Okay? All right, so the 4 stages of self-discovery process. Number 1 is self-awareness. Self-awareness. The self-awareness stage is when you realize your needs, when you realize and acknowledge your personality traits. I don't know how many of you know your personality traits here. Are you melancholic? Are you choleric? Are you sanguine? Are you a phlegmatic? So let me know in the comment section, okay? So you need to know yourself. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know the things that you struggle with, know the things that you can overcome with a little bit of resilience, know the things that you are very good at, know the things that you really want, know the things that define who you truly are. When you have made mistakes in the past, can you acknowledge them? Can you honestly say that you have been living a particular pattern? So be honest with yourself. Self-awareness requires that you are honest with yourself, that you are able to know who you truly are, that you can attest to the fact that this is who you are when no one is watching. This is who you are no matter who is around you. All right? So self-awareness has to do with you realizing your needs, your wants, your strengths, your weaknesses, your personality traits. Who are you? That's what self-awareness is all about, and that's the first stage of the self-discovery process. All right, so for those of you watching on joining on WhatsApp group, I have just shared a self-discovery, a temperament chart with you. Now on the left we have the choleric, on the right we have the sanguine, down we have melancholy, and then on the other right down we have the phlegmatic. Now under it you will also see another a list of attitudes, a list of behaviors that help you to decide which one are you. So why I'm doing this is so that you can actually discover yourself. Remember, this masterclass is so practical. We are not here to do theory. I'm not here to just dump one note on you, and that's why I'm using voice notes, so that it can be as real as it is. If you are making a note, go ahead and make a very powerful note. I would love to read your notes at the end. So please make sure you are doing this with a pen and a paper, because something must shift for your life. Something must happen in your life. I am so optimistic about it. I've prayed for this meeting, and I believe so strongly in my heart that you will discover who you are, and you will blossom. You will blossom and bless the world with your uniqueness of potentials, with your uniqueness of purpose. All right, so let me know, are you melancholic, are you choleric, are you sanguine, or phlegmatic? So on the issue of the 4 stages of the discovery process, self-discovery process, we'll continue. Number 2 is awareness of interest. Awareness of interest. Now you have discovered yourself. What are the things that interest you? Do you love to play football? What are the things that make your eyes sparkle? All right. Do you love to music? Like, I can be so down and depressed, and if I just hear the sound of a keyboard playing, the sound of an orchestra, the sound of jazz music, the sound of instrumentals of any kind, something twinkles in my eyes, right? So take note of your interest. What are your hobbies? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? Is there a common theme? So these things will help you. See, listen, narrowing down your interests will help you both on a personal level. It will also help you on a professional level. Maybe the best part of your day is when you start making dinner, or when you start hosting a party, or when you are writing, or when you are documenting things, or when you are putting things in order, or when you are playing with a football, or whatever it is. Please be aware of your interests. You're a human being. And you know what? These things that make people to want to kill themselves, commit suicide, die, is because you are not looking inward. If you watch, when we're talking about self-discovery process, everything is practically looking into ourselves. So in self-awareness, you're trying to know who you are. In awareness of interest, you're trying to know what you like, and also know what you don't like, right? So that you don't keep repeating cycles and patterns that really disrupt your peace of mind. All right, so let's talk about number 3. Number 3 stage is your dreams and your ambitions. So make sure that you put time for daydreaming in your schedule. Does this look funny? Sometimes spread your hands, spread your legs, lie down on your back, look up on the ceiling, and daydream. Think of yourself in your favorite spot. Think of what achievement looks like. Think of what your success story looks like. Think of what your best day in life looks like. Think of yourself singing in a stadium full of people. Think of yourself playing in a very big stadium, all right, like Manchester Stadium. Think, whatever your dreams are. Are you a video editor? Think of yourself producing a video montage for a big company like Coca-Cola or MTN or Levi and Strauss jeans, whatever it is. Just sit down, lie down, and daydream. Listen to me, it's not foolish. Try to see your tomorrow. People who see their tomorrow don't die today. Let me say this one again, though, in case you didn't hear me. People who see their tomorrow, they don't die today. The reason why people are just falling everywhere and die is because they are tired of life. They can't see tomorrow. But listen to me, your tomorrow is valid. Your daydreaming is valid. That thing you are dreaming about, that thing you are thinking about, that future that you foresee is valid, is legit, and very soon it will happen for you, most assuredly. All right, so this is very, very important. You do plenty of this daydreaming in your self-discovery journey, because there is no limit to how many dreams you can have. Let me say this again. There is no limit to how many dreams you can have. Once you know what you are passionate about and what it means to you, you can add more of it to your life. You are the only one that can say it is enough. You are the only one that can say I am done. You are the only one that can say I don't want to do this again. Listen to me. Your dreams are valid. Your dreams are legit. There is no what do you call it now? There is no benchmark to how much dream you can have. You can be all that you dream about. You can be everything that you want. So don't just sit back and say, oh, don't worry, this is nothing, it means nothing. Listen to me. The sky is not your limit. Let me say it again. The sky is not your limit. The sky is your starting point. The next time somebody looks at you and tells you that the sky is your limit, tell the person, you are insulting me. People like Elon Musk have produced equipments, machineries that are traveling to the moon and back and traveling to other places. Men, human beings like you with flesh and blood have landed on the moon. So the sky is no longer your limit. The sky is your starting point. So no matter where you are, keep shooting, keep dreaming, keep planning, and keep daydreaming. One day your daydream will become, very, very importantly, yesterday's dreams will soon become today's reality. Yesterday's dreams, today's reality. You can even write it in a very nice way. Yesterday's dream equals to today's realities, because you dreamt about today yesterday, you dreamt about today yesterday, and you will dream about tomorrow today. So dream well. Stop allowing your dreams to be saturated with so much fear, so much worry, so much anxiety. Stop allowing yourself to be paraded with so much fear of tomorrow. What will tomorrow be? What will happen? Listen to me. You are better than this. You are smarter than this. You are good. You are really incredible at what you are doing. So relax. Everything. Just chill. Things are going to be all right. Okay? All right, so the fourth stage, remember we talked about the 4 stages of self-discovery, and we said the stages are self-awareness, number 1, number 2, awareness of interest, number 3, dreams and ambitions, and then number 4, career discovery or purpose discovery. After you have made all your plans, after you have done everything, the next thing is for you to align your calling, okay? Decide, is this what I really called to do? Is this my purpose? Is this my career? Is this what I want to do? So whether it be a career, it be a calling, it be a purpose or a passion, now tell yourself this is the time to pursue it. After I have discovered myself, after I have been able to identify my interests, after I have been able to dream and have my ambitions, now this one is what I want to do. So whichever way, I'm sure that by the time you go through these 4 processes, you would have been able to discover what is my real career in life? What is my purpose in life? What is my calling in life? What do I want to do with my life? You must have been able to identify that if you followed these processes. All right, so let's talk about number 7. We have limited time, and the time is no longer our friend. So the next one is, why is self-discovery so important? Let's change the slides. Why is self-discovery so important? All right, so self-discovery is so important because it helps us to live a more meaningful lives. All right, if you just think about it, if you discover yourself, you'll be able to live a more meaningful life, right? You'll be able to succeed. You'll be able to learn how better to take care of yourself. You'll be able to understand yourself. You'll be able to have a more fulfilling career if you have discovered what your career path is. Self-discovery is very important because it also gives you clarity on what you want your future to look like. like, all right? By understanding yourself, you can chart a future that satisfies your needs and supports your well-being. Without self-discovery, you won't be able to be passionate in life. Without self-discovery, you won't be able to fulfill your life, all right? So it's important that you are able to discover your paths, and when you know yourself, you can easily recognize your strengths and your weaknesses. You see that, and if you are skilled at being very mindful, being empathetic, being compassionate, you discover that in time you become a leader, because leaders are mindful, leaders are compassionate, leaders are empathetic. So the impact of your self-discovery will touch other people's lives too. This is why it is important for you to discover yourself. This is why it's very, very important for you to discover yourself. When you discover yourself, you will be able to touch a lot of lives. You will be able to touch a lot of lives. Remember that the topic we're talking about now is, why is self-discovery so important? That's number 7, okay? The impact of your self-discovery will touch people's life. You'll be sharpened. You sharpen more skills that you have, and you form great relationships with so many people, with your co-workers, with your family members, with your with the people that you do life with, all right? This is so key. And that's why I want you to understand that self-discovery is so important. It's very important. Now, let me share with you quickly just 5 benefits of self-discovery. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. So number 1 benefit of self-discovery is that your relationship will thrive. If you have relationship with your family members, with your co-workers, you have healthier relationships because you understand your core values, you understand what you want in your life. In fact, you'll be able to identify toxic traits, whether it is yours or whether it is that of others, and then you'll be able to solve issues. You'll be able to solve issues. In fact, you'll be able to also improve your social health and mental health by self-discovery. If you discover yourself, you'll be able to do all of that. Number 2, you experience less self-criticism. Rather than criticize every mistake you make, or look down on yourself, or blame yourself, when you discover yourself, you see that you'll be able to learn how to avoid some mistakes. Listen to me, we are all human beings, and human beings make mistakes. In fact, part of us being human is that we also make mistakes. But self-discovery, self-awareness will help you to make sure that you avoid some mistakes, because you already know yourself. You already know what leads you to that place of error. You already know what makes you to become the person you don't want to be, all right? So understanding that you've made an error is the first step to preventing that error from happening again. You know, some people don't even know that they're making a mistake. They are making a mistake wholeheartedly, and they don't even know that they're making a mistake, and this is usually the problem. So self-discovery will take care of that for you. Number 3 benefit of self-discovery, or importance of self-discovery, is that you feel more creative. In fact, if you understand yourself, you know that self-expression is key for letting others to know how you feel and how you can become more creative. In fact, how you express yourself is a function of how you understand yourself. So when you have discovered yourself, you become a more creative person. You will know what it is that puts you in that creative mental space. Number 4, self-discovery is important because you have a better ability to focus on what you truly want. You will know what is for you and what is not for you. You know what drains your energy and what fires you up. Oh, you will know, because when you have discovered yourself, you will know the environments that fire you up. You know the kind of people to hang around that fire you up. You will know the people that drain you, and you will run away from them. You get it? Right, it's simple. So the 5th one I'd like to share with you why self-discovery is important is that it will increase your self-confidence. When you have discovered yourself, your self-confidence will increase because you are confident in who you are. You believe in yourself, you believe in your abilities, you believe in the impact of your professional and personal life on people. In fact, with more confidence, you'll be able to walk into new experiences as a whole person. Not somebody who shies away from challenges, not somebody who shies away from change, not somebody who shies away from problems. You'll begin to see that in this journey of self-discovery, there will be self-improvement because your confidence will keep growing, and that's the benefit of self-discovery. All right, I hope you got something. and I hope you are getting rich value for whatever amount you paid. Now the next one is how to start a self-discovery journey. Number 8. We are making progress. How to start a self-discovery journey. All right, so we are making progress. Number 8 is how to start a self-discovery journey. So you may have felt intimidated by the prospect of trying to start a self-discovery journey. You're asking yourself, where do I begin? You know, I don't want to be in this WhatsApp group where everybody have discovered what it is they want to do with their lives. You know, now I want you to understand this. The journey to self-discovery is not set on stone, which means that you can decide to start with number 1 and then go to number 5 next, and then come back to number 2 and then go to number 7. It is not set in stone. So which means that you can start this self-discovery journey from whatever action feels right for you. You don't have to do what others are doing. You don't have to go through number 1, then number 2, then number 3, then number 4. No. It's not set in stone. So whatever information you're able to pick from all I'm going to share with you, please work on them. Utilize them in order to become better versions of yourself. I'll be sharing a few points on how to start this journey of self-discovery. So what I'm saying in essence is that you can start from number 7 and then go to number 8 and then come back to number 1. So whichever one action feels right for you, please go ahead and do it. Now, number one thing I like you to do in this journey of self-discovery, number one thing I like you to do is that I want you to reflect on where you started from. Okay, reflect on what you have done so far. And then number 2, I like you to zero in on what gives you energy and figure out what zaps your energy. Okay? Then number 3, I like you to visualize the person you want to be. What kind of person do you want to be? Then number 4, work to be your very best self each day. No matter what it is you are doing, no matter what it is you have found yourself doing, just try to be a better version of yourself each day. Even if it is 1% better each day, it's fine. Now, number 5, follow where your passion and interest lead you. If your passion and interest lead you towards a particular area, towards a particular direction, follow it and then see what happens. The next one, take risk and try new things. See, how would you know what you're good at if you never try? All right? So the next point, I like you to understand your strengths and think about how you can apply your strengths in everything you are doing. Understand your strengths and see how you can apply it in everything that you are doing. Now, the next one, let go of your inner critic and self-doubt and imposter syndrome. Let go of your inner critic, that thing inside you that's always blaming you, always telling you you're not good enough, always telling you you're not smart enough, that imposter syndrome. Let go of it. That self-doubt, that thing that tells you, makes you to keep doubting yourself, let go of it. Throw it away because you don't need it. All right? So, next one, learn from your mistakes and move on. You made a mistake, okay? Then move on. Don't dwell there. Don't live there. Don't make a bed and lie on it inside your mistakes. All right? So it's very, very, very important. Okay? Now, the next one is that you have to make sure that you surround yourself with people that support you. Make sure you surround yourself with people that support you, people who believe in you. And then the next one, be proud of your power, of your grit, of your resilience during challenging times. Because challenging times will come. The issue of self-discovery does not mean that challenging times will come. They will come. But then make sure that you are proud of your power, of your grit, and of your resilience. All right? Then the last one, practice healthy habits and positive self-talk. Practice healthy habits and positive self-talk. Like I said earlier, you can choose any number you want to start with. It is legit, it is valid, it is okay that you do so. All right? And now finally, our last slide. Finally, our lifestyle is 7 tips to love you, to accept yourself. 7 tips to accepting yourself. All right, I'm excited. This is our last point, and woo, we've done so much. As a matter of fact, I am so sure that we cannot digest everything. It will take a few days, a few weeks to digest everything you have gained. Please listen to the voice notes over and over again. In fact, keep it on a bedside, connect it to a speaker and amplify it. Keep listening to the voice notes because they would strengthen you. There will be that voice. Instead of listening to that inner critic inside you, listen to this voice and then be energized and be empowered to do what matters to you. So it's our last slide. Hooray! All right, so the last point for today is tips to accepting yourself. Tips to accepting yourself. Whoop! Listen to me. Accepting yourself is an important step towards self-discovery. It's impossible to learn about yourself if you turn a blind eye to the things you don't like about yourself. If you're struggling to see yourself for who you are, you will never be able to actualize self-discovery. So, no matter who it is, because we're talking about self-discovery, listen to me, there are times you look at the mirror and you don't like what you see, right? So, when you look at the mirror and you don't like what you see, what do? You clean off the snot from your face. If you see an acne there, what do? You press it out or treat it. If you see ice cream that you ate on one portion of your nose, what do? You clean it up. So the essence of being able to discover yourself is to see the ones that are good and the part of you that are not okay. And then the part of you that is good, what do? You amplify it. And the part of you that is not okay, what do? You try to minimize it and try to reduce it from your life. So learn to accept yourself after you have discovered yourself, because it will be wrong for me to teach you about self-discovery and then you discover that you have a negative pattern, you discover that some things are wrong in your life and then you don't know what to do about them. Now you have to accept yourself. Accepting yourself does not mean that if you see a weakness you accept it. No, it simply means that you have to accept who you are and then work on the areas that you need to work on. So if you are struggling with self-acceptance, I'll be sharing with you a few tips, 7 tips thereabout for you to be able to accept yourself. Number 1, include more positive talk throughout the day. We've talked about that. Include more positive talk throughout the day. Number 2, love and embrace your weakness rather than try to hide them. So it's not about hiding them, it's about working on them. So love and embrace your weakness. I'm not saying you should love it and pamper it and continue it. No. What I mean by love and accept is that you know this is a weakness in your life, okay? Don't hate yourself for it. Don't beat yourself up for it. Don't begin to feel terrible about it. What you do is not to feel about it. It is to work on it. So work on it. Number 3, take the challenging days as they come, because they will come, all right? But know that they will never last forever. There are some days you may not like what you are doing, you may not like yourself for who you are, but remember that those days won't last forever. And then number 4, understand that you have a lifelong relationship with yourself. You are with yourself. In fact, I was talking about the other day on Checkpoint and I said something to people. I said, this body is the only container you are going to live in for the rest of your life. It is only in some movies that you see somebody's a shapeshifter, somebody is leaving their body and entering another person's body. It's only movies. In reality, something like that does not exist. So what do? You have to understand that this is the only place you are going to live, and then what do you do about it? You understand and that you have a lifelong relationship with yourself. So number 5, do things alone to get to know yourself better. You get to know your strengths, you get to know your weaknesses, you get to know what you're capable of doing and what you're not capable of doing. All right, number 6, accept the things that you cannot change about yourself and move forward. Listen to me. There are things you cannot change. It's possible you are too fat. You cannot change it. It's possible you are too lean. There are people that said, oh, if you eat a lot, then you become fat. There are people I know, they can eat a lot, and yet they don't grow fat. It's their gene, all right? So accept the things that you can't change about yourself and move forward, all right? You can't change the fact that you are dark. You can't change the fact that you are fair. You can't change the fact that you are tall. You can't change the fact that you are short. Accept those things and move forward, all right? Move forward. Forget the things that are behind and press on to the things that are before. And then the seventh tip I'd like to share with you is that you should not forget humor in your flaws. You are not your flaws. Your flaws are not you. So you make mistakes, you have flaws, laugh about it, forget it, and focus your energy on the things that you're really good at. This is very, very important. As a way of concluding this session, I'd like to tell you that the journey of self-discovery can be very overwhelming at times. So self-reflection requires that you talk about the things that are difficult for you with your life coach like me, or talk with your family. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling unsure about what your next move is, please go ahead, discuss it with people that matter in your life, all right? They can give you the validation that you need and be able to help you to achieve your self-discovery. They can also cheer you on as you get to know yourself better, and this is very, very key. All right, it's been a wonderful, 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 wonderful night. I'm really excited, and you can tell that I love what I do, right? So it's important that you discover who you are and what you do. All right, a bonus for tonight. I'd like to show you 3 ways to know what you were born to do. All right, 3 ways to know what you were born to do. I'm going to show you quickly as a bonus for listening thus far. Please, I'm sure you have been thoroughly blessed. I'm sure you have been thoroughly figure out what makes you angry. All right, figure out what makes you angry. There are things that when you see, you hear, it makes you angry, and you want to do something about it. Remember that every one of us, we are born to solve a particular problem. We are born to solve problems. Every human being was born to solve a problem. So the problems that put you off, the things that make you angry, might be an indication of the things that you were born to do. Maybe you see things disorderly and you get so angry. You want to organize everything. That might be an indication of what you are meant to do. When you see taste bad food and you're like, what? How will a human being cook something like this? So it's just figure out the things around. But that is not the only one. Number 2, what will you do for no pay or compensation? What will you do for no pay or compensation? Assuming nobody's paying you, will you do that thing? See, one thing I can do if nobody's paying me is to impact the lives of people. I want to contribute to your life. I want to say something that will help you move your life in the right direction. I want to say something that will illuminate you and make you know, oh, so this is even possible. So I can do this. I want to say something to somebody that will make them feel like they can jump up to the sky and catch the moon and catch the sun. That's what propels me. As a matter of fact, in this masterclass, even if no one paid, I was ready to teach. Even if no single person paid, I was ready to teach, because I know that tomorrow, one thing or 2 things or 3 things I shared with you will improve your life. This is my life passion. This is something I live for. Number 3, what drives you? What drives you? What is your passion? What is that thing that makes you to stay awake at night? What is that thing that does not allow you to sleep? What is that thing that forms an inner bubbling inside your mind that makes you uncomfortable? You don't want to rest until it is done. You don't want to rest until it's achieved. You don't want to rest until everything is established. Listen to me. That is an indication of what you were born to do. So if you figure out anything that I think you're born to do, check it on these 3 levels. If number 1 checks, and number 2 checks, and number 3 checks, voila, you have discovered what you were born to do. Just like that. Yeredush. All right, so at this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, I bring this wonderful, wonderful masterclass to an end. Now it will be time for questions. So see how we're going to run this. We're going to go into a Q&A session of checkpoints, and all of you are welcome to join me over there and ask the questions you want to ask me from this self-discovery masterclass. Are we ready? Whoop!